BFreeCBD.com joins forces with Championship Wrestling to bring you the all-new Championship Wrestling podcast. And here's your host, Dustin Starr, featuring special guest,
BFree CBD,
founder of BFree CBD, Daryl Bird. Here we go!
Body aches gone, leg pain gone, back pain gone, relaxation on.
It's episode 8 of the all-new Championship Wrestling podcast, presented by BFree CBD. Thank you for joining us. I am your host, Dustin Starr, and be sure to check out our friends at BFreeCBD.com. You can save 20% on CBD every single day. And do us a favor, hit that subscribe button wherever you're watching or listening. Follow us at CW30 Wrestling, and I'm at Dustin Starr. Of course, follow our pals at BFree CBD. That's the letter B, Free CBD. Another busy week of wrestling this past week. Another excellent Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle on Saturday. Plus, we had an absolute blast at Dave & Buster's for our AEW Revolution watch party. We're going to be back on Sunday for WWE Elimination Chamber, the final stop before WrestleMania. And you know the drill. First, we're going to rewind. Then, we're going to look out. We'll hear from Daryl Bird, the founder of BFree CBD. Plus, we have more fun questions in this week's mailbag. All that and so much more.
Meet the voice of Memphis Wrestling, Dave Brown, sponsored by Pro Shingle. Championship Wrestling Birthday Bash VIP meet and greet starts at 12:30. Get your tickets at ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. The Championship Wrestling Rewind is brought to you by BFree CBD.
The grind is on, and here's a quick snapshot of what happened in the last week at Championship Wrestling, and it all started with an interview that myself and my lovely Maria, we had with Jeremy Park and City Current. That aired on the radio and then also will be available on podcasts very soon, so be on lookout for the link on that. But it aired yesterday on the local radio stations here in and around Memphis. And then, of course, I attended the Friday Signature Breakfast. It's always great. Big shout out to what City Current and Jeremy Park are doing, and they power the good. And then we have fun stuff every single Thursday on Grind City Wrestling. That's right. E-Rock, Eric McMahon, Devin Walker, and myself. You can catch it at grindcitymedia.com/podcast. And here's a little snippet of what happened on Thursday.
Another headline from WWE, kinda, is Tyson Fury.
Dude.
Did you see this?
Didn't I tell you nobody wants that smoke?
Defeated Deontay Wilder by TKO in the 7th round. But the cool story here, other than him being a WWE guy and all that kind of stuff, is Deontay is blaming his costume.
I don't even want to hear that. Listen, let's not discredit the greatness that is the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Also last week, I had a couple of meetings with a few nerds that I know. To be exact, it was Nerd 901. And so Championship Wrestling is proud to announce a partnership with our friends, for longtime friends actually. Over there, Nick, Adam, and the whole crew, Katie. Shout out to everybody, Nerd 901. So check this out. On March 20th, Championship Wrestling is partnering with Nerd 901 for a live stream benefiting Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Mid-South, in which we're going to do board games to where those donations are donated in the form of an experience to send mentors and mentees to the Championship Wrestling Birthday Bash on April 25th at AutoZone Park. Awesome deal. We're so happy to be working with Nerd 901. You can check them out at twitch.tv/Nerd901. We had an awesome time at the AEW Revolution watch party. Thanks to everybody who came out. It was absolutely packed. Plenty of seats for everybody. Man, the people went absolutely crazy like we were there when Jon Moxley won the World Championship from Chris Jericho. And don't forget, we're back on Sunday for WWE Elimination Chamber, the final stop before WrestleMania. And of course, we're going to have the biggest and best WrestleMania party that you've ever seen. We gave away prizes, and we're going to do it all again on Sunday at Elimination Chamber. Then, let's rewind back to Championship Wrestling, presented by Pro Shingle, the fastest hour in pro wrestling. It featured the brand new United Tag Team Champions, Adrian Quest and Andy Brown, alongside Ray Rosas. And we all know exactly how I feel about Ray Rosas. But it was a great episode with characters that I really enjoyed, and I know that you do too. We kicked things off with the Heritage Champion, Watts. He started things off with a quick victory over Jai Vidal. He didn't really stand a chance at all. Watts, of course, is going to be at the Birthday Bash on April 25th. Get your tickets now at ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. And next, Jeff Resnick. He got a quick word with the new United Tag Team Champions, and they just quite frankly refused to put the tag team titles on the line.
Why is that?
Of course not. I mean, we've been static here in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood for way too long. And now that we have the tag team championships, we have the power.
Yeah, whatever. Tag team action was next as the Friendship Farm, Super Beetle, and Sweet Robin Shaw faced the Wolf Zaddies, and they were victorious, but not to bury the lead of the Wolf Zaddies beating the Friendship Farm, but Johnny Yuma came out and distracted Che Cabrera and Bad Dude Tito.
You wouldn't be nothing without Vermin. And you know what, Jay? I wish you would have gone the way of Sasha Derevko and gotten out of here for good. So you know what? You two, you think you're so bad? Ooh, howling at the moon? Well, guess what? You know Vermin never travels alone.
Oh no! Kevin Martinson comes flying in from nowhere.
Kevin Martinson from Vermin with the big diving sneak attack. Reminded me of like Kurt Angle doing the big front flip off the stage. But I can't wait for this classic tag team match, and you know it's on its way. And then Keita Murray, he squared off against Buddy Royal, and Buddy Royal has been absolutely on fire as he's taken it out, like his frustration on Levi Shapiro, his former partner. He's taken it out on all of his opponents, and he won once again with his Royal Seal submission. And you know the drama's not over with Howdy Price and Levi Shapiro along with Buddy Royal. We'll see how that plays out. Gentleman Jervis, he returned to Championship Wrestling, and he squared off against Lazarus, and he came out victorious. And afterwards, here's what he had to say in his walk-off interview.
I've always been told I had a heart of gold. I think I'm ready for some gold around my waist. So stay tuned, 2020, because Gentleman Jervis is going to the top. I love you all.
It's always good to hear from Gentleman Jervis, and as you know, a couple of weeks ago, I issued the challenge to Ray Rosas for the Birthday Bash one-on-one in a grudge match. And then last week, Ray Rosas responded, and of course, he had a couple little threats that he threw in there to me and to My Maria. And this week on Championship Wrestling, here's what My Maria had to say.
Real quick, before we go any further, we all heard what Ray Rosas said last week, and he asked, who cares? Who cares? I care. Ray Rosas, we care. And I believe we heard a little bit of a threat about possibly hurting My Maria.
Well, Dustin, we all know that Ray Rosas, I owe you one. And if you even think about putting your hands on me again, I will take you on a one-way trip to Slap City.
Oh yeah, and we're set to hear from Nico Marquez next week regarding this challenge match. And now, if you're just now joining us, we got to get back on track.
Yeah, let's get back to this.
I've been on the receiving end of Slap City, whether it's accidental or not. And let me tell you, it's not pleasant. And as you heard, Nico Marquez, he's going to be on Championship Wrestling this Saturday with an official word and statement regarding our challenge. Hopefully he does the right thing. Then, it was the Dave and Buster's match of the week in our main event. The United Tag Team Champions Adrian Quest and Andy Brown with Ray Rosas ringside in a non-title match against Wasted Youth. And of course, the champions were victorious. But that's not the story. It was the attack at the end of the match again, where the champs took advantage of their opponents. Oh man, it was a nasty scene once again, and I can't wait to get my hands on Ray Rosas. But if you missed Championship Wrestling last week, you can watch every single episode in full for free on YouTube. All you got to do is check at CW30 Wrestling. Plus, you can watch in the Memphis viewing area on CW30 Memphis every Saturday at high noon.
Hi, this is Daryl from BFree CBD. Hope you're having a good day. It's Friday, so you know it's going to be a great day for me. I got some good news for you. People are reaching out to me wanting to become part of BFree CBD. They're like, how do I become part of BFree CBD? Very easy. Go to our website, go to the affiliate tab, click on the affiliate tab, put just some simple information in. It takes like 10 or 15 seconds to do it, and make sure you enter a code that you want people to use. And every time you refer a product to someone that makes a purchase within 30 days or so, then you will be paid 20% commission simply from referring somebody to BFree CBD. It's the best of both worlds. People feel better because you're helping them with dynamic products. You're getting a piece of the commission, so you're running a business for yourself, and you're getting support from BFree CBD. Join the fun. Peace.
The Championship Wrestling Lookout is brought to you by BFree CBD.
All right, here's what to look out for this week as far as Championship Wrestling is concerned. Right now, you can listen to myself and my Maria talk about Championship Wrestling, the growth of our business, and the upcoming birthday bash at April 25th with Jeremy Park on the latest City Current podcast. We're going to have clips for that as soon as it's available, but you can check them out at City Current. Then on Tuesday, we're back in studio, myself and my Maria, for Championship Wrestling. Oh my gosh, it's always so fun being in studio because we get to see the upcoming content and matches and superstars. They're going to be a part of our television program, so we're in studio on Tuesday. Then Thursday, it's a brand new Grind City Wrestling podcast featuring myself, E-Rock Eric McMahon, and Devin Walker, baby. Don't miss it. You can catch it at grindcitymedia.com/podcasts or your favorite podcast provider. Then, on Saturday, it's a brand new Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle. And here's the lineup we know about. And remember, just like the weeks past, anything can happen. Up first, the United TV champion Dan Joseph defends against the coldest man in professional wrestling, Ice Williams. Can't wait for that one. Then it's PP3 semifinal grudge match action. That's right, this is a grudge match, and the winner goes to the finals. Ray Rosas versus Jordan Clearwater. Mentor versus mentee. And here they are head-to-head with the finals on the line. The Buddy Royal, Howdy Price, Levi Shapiro saga continues once again. Buddy Royal has requested some mic time. And usually when that happens, something good happens. So I can't wait to hear what Buddy Royal has to say. Plus, PP3 finalist Anthony Idol and Frankie Frank, they're in tag team action against Vermin. And I can't wait to see what Vermin has up their sleeve after what they pulled last week against the Wolf Zaddies. And don't forget, Nico Marquez is set to make an announcement regarding our challenge against Ray Rosas at the Birthday Bash. Also, I have it on very good authority that a few other superstars will be heard from as well. Stars that you're going to see live at AutoZone Park on our Birthday Bash on April 25th. Guys like the Barbecue Boys, Precious, Humongous, and so many more. Plus, we're going to hear from Houston Body. Can't wait for that. Heather Monroe is going to be in Memphis on April 25th. So anyways, all that and so much more.
For 1 week only, join us 1 hour earlier.
Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle is brand new this Saturday at 11 a.m.
It's time for this week's mailbag. Mailbag.
It's time for my favorite segment of the podcast every week. It's where I answer your questions. And again, most of these came from my Instagram story at Dustin Starr. It's the mailbag. First question. Why is your top button still buttoned? And my Maria was giving me a lot of flack about this. And so were a lot of people on Twitter and Instagram, of course. But a little bit of an insight on that is I used to do the same thing to my 11-year-old son, Brady. He would button his polo all the way up, and I would say, man, why are you doing that? Unbutton that. It looks like it's choking you. So it's the same stuff that everybody's saying to me, and I'm not sure why, but I just inherited that. And since it's such a big deal to you, I'm going to keep doing it. Top button all the way up. Next question's a two-part question. What's your favorite food and drink to watch wrestling pay-per-view? Well, it's anything that's on the Dave & Buster's menu, that's for sure, because most of the pay-per-view watching we're doing is at Dave & Buster's, and you should join us because it's absolutely free. But man, they've got the best chicken wings, and with the chicken wings, you can get unlimited for $19.99. And unlimited video gameplay comes with it. So that's a good deal. And plus their burgers, their steaks, it's all good. But that's what I have. And then I might enjoy, a Michelob Ultra as far as a drink is concerned. Why not? Up next, best Memphis promo other than Lawler. All right, so if you're watching on YouTube, you see a picture of Superstar Bill Dundee. He definitely has to be in the top 5 as far as best promos in Memphis. And just go back on YouTube and watch old Superstar versus Jerry Lawler. He was fantastic. Also, I've got to give a big nod to Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, especially when he was feuding against Jerry the King Lawler. His promos were just so realistic, and he just talked. He wasn't like a promo guy. He just talked like Lawler does. Speaking of promo guys, in the top 5 for me is Handsome Jimbo from Mempho. Man, the dude could turn it on and off like nobody else. Absolutely unbelievable. Way before his time, if you ask me. If I'm continuing on my top 5 best Memphis promos, man, I got to put Brian Christopher. I mean, just think about it. Brian Christopher and his laugh, his hyenas laugh, it just made him popular enough to go to WWE. So Brian Christopher, and then of course you got to put the King in there. So if you're looking at top 5 of all time, I would say the King, the Superstar, Hot Stuff, Boogie Woogie, and Grand Master. But then, what about the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol? He's got to be in there too. So tweet me at Dustin Starr or at CW30 Wrestling. Let me know who you think the best Memphis promo is other than Jerry Lawler in the Memphis territory. Good question. Have you ever competed in a hair versus hair match? No, why would I want to do that? But there is a funny story. One time it was Derek King and myself versus Jerry the King Lawler and Grandmaster Sexay Brian Christopher in Dyersburg. It was a tag team match, and beforehand we were in the backstage area, and Jerry and Brian, for some reason, just kept heckling me about when they beat us, they're going to shave my head. They had scissors, they had clippers, they had the whole thing, and I can't lie, I was a little nervous. I was looking at Derek, and I was trying not to look flustered in front of them because it would have just added fuel to the fire. And if you know Brian Christopher, you know it really would have added fuel to the fire. So I was like, Derek, are they serious? But anyway, for a split second there, I thought that they were going to try to shave my head. But no, I've never been in a hair versus hair match. But I'm not opposed to a Maria's hair versus my opponent's hair match. Just kidding. Next question. If you could meet anyone famous, who would it be? I like this question. This isn't necessarily a wrestling question because I don't know that wrestlers are on the top of my list except for like maybe Vince McMahon. I've never actually shaken hands with Vince McMahon, but you know, I'm a big fan of Mario Lopez, just from his early acting days to now what he does with hosting these award banquets and television shows and everything else and staying active in health and fitness. Man, shout out to Mario Lopez. I'd like to hang out with him. I know he drinks tequila. Maybe I'd have a shot with him. But I like Mario Lopez. I'd have to answer him. Mario Lopez is who I'd like to meet if I could meet anybody right now. Next question is a really tough one. Randy Savage or Rick Rude? Well, my question is, why do I have to pick? Man, I love them both, but gosh, Rick Rude, he was the epitome of a body guy. And historically, I've been fans of wrestlers that are body guys. I mean, the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Lex Luger. I'm a big Lex Luger fan, so I always liked Rick Rude and can respect Rick Rude for his physique, but then also being the first guy to ever appear simultaneously on WWE Raw and WCW Nitro. That speaks volumes. But then also, man, Macho Man Randy Savage, he transcends professional wrestling, and him versus Hogan and just the whole thing he was able to do, him versus Flair, you name it, he was awesome. So if I had to pick one or the other, oh yeah, I'm going Macho Man Randy Savage, but I hate to do it. Good question. Last question of the week. Why don't you wear the cowboy boots more? Oh man, simple answer. Because skinny jeans. I can't tuck the cowboy boots into my jeans. They're too tight. And what this question's referring to is I was gifted a beautiful black ostrich skin pair of boots. I mean, they're just fantastic, and I've worn them to special events and occasions. And I still take good care of them, and they're in my closet, and I do wear them, like I said, at special occasions. But really, skinny jeans, man. I can't tuck the boots in. And that's all I got for this week's mailbag. Thank you guys so much for interacting and asking your questions, especially the funny questions. Those are always the most fun to answer. And remember, you can hit me up at Dustin Starr, and you can send your questions as well at CW30 Wrestling, or you can submit them right there where you're listening or where you're watching on YouTube.
Thanks for listening to the Championship Wrestling Podcast presented by BFreeCBD.com.
BFree CBD, pain on, pain gone. BFree CBD, pain on, pain gone. BFree CBD, pain on, pain gone. BFree CBD, pain on, pain gone.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to support our partners at BFreeCBD.com. They're offering 20% off every single day. And if you already take CBD, or if you've been thinking about trying it, certainly try BFree CBD. Also, if you like them on Facebook, you're going to have a chance to win free CBD. They were doing buy one, get one free last week. You can't beat that. We're going to catch you right here next week on Championship Wrestling Podcast presented by BFree CBD. Oh my gosh. Another big week ahead of us. And until next week, have a good one. I am Dustin Starr, saying so long, everybody.